touching a lot of stuff in the background.
Hey. Welcome back. This is the We Talk Mets podcast. I am Mr. Met. This is
JB, sorry
what
for the
it do,
technical.
what it do.
Yeah, all good. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Last episode. Shout out to Mr. Met for signing us out
Yeah, his mail order bride came in about time. Fresh off the boat.
from Guam.
Wherever, Timu.
Getting bitches on Timo. Okay, but
Yeah.
yeah. So sorry about that. Luckily, Mr. Met handled it like the constant professional he is.
I am a novice.
Yeah, but obviously we got a lot talked about. The Mets were when we last was on the air on Monday, or a lot of things have changed in the past 6 days or so.
Yeah. From clinching with the Brewers, Pete crushing it, to cap that off, and then spanking the Phillies that first game. Unfortunately, today we lost. The boys fought hard today. Sure, if it went more than 9 innings, I know. Say if it went more than 9 innings, I feel like we would have came back and put a little more spanking on them. But luckily for them, it was the ninth ended for them, the bottom of the ninth, and they got the little walk off. But we had that. We had the motherfucker scared though. I think we had him on the
Oh,
ropes.
was you able to watch the game or you heard it on the
I,
radio?
I was I was watching a little bit here and there.
Oh, because when the Mets were up like 3-0, they was showing Philly fans and them niggas was looking depressed. It was like this.
Oh yeah, I seen
And
that.
oh, that was so hilarious. And I knew
I,
like go ahead.
and I was just gonna say I seen some mean looking Karens in that motherfucking crowd, boy. They was looking tighter than a bitch. Yeah, that shit was making me happy though. But hey, they got
Um,
their win today. Go ahead, say what you gonna say.
yeah, but speaking of like Philly fans, they had a sign after they had the walk off. They were showing somebody in the crowd that said "OMG, the Mets lost." I'm like, come on, fuck y'all.
Yeah, they are a notoriously horrible fan base. They go hard for their team, but if you were a visiting team and they don't like you at all, there's no love in Philly unless you from Philly. But
Yeah,
yeah, we had
you
them bitches we had them bitches panicking though. We had their asses on the grass.
Oh yeah, and that once Vientos hit that home run, I was thinking, oh shit, they're gonna win this game.
Yeah, I was thinking that shit too. I was like, yo, we are the comeback kings of queens in this bitch. Like, oh, I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. It was very exciting. But Phillies they pounded it out.
Pause.
They were playing pause. They were playing the long ball today. Another pausable moment. And hey man, they did what they had to do. It was unfortunate for Zach. He didn't get that win. That man got Degrom yesterday. Yesterday, phenomenal pitching through the seventh, and his bullpen just imploded. Like they just gave that shit up.
Yeah, yeah, he pitched the game of his life. 7 strong innings, no runs, and even though
Four
it wasn't
walks.
no, yeah, even though it wasn't no hitter, it basically was a no hitter because like the Mets looked just helpless against him, especially like Iglesias and Vientos. They were just
Shit,
swinging.
fucking Alvarez too.
Yeah, no,
Like
um,
everybody was whiffing.
mm, but yeah. So like, thankfully they got Wheeler out of the game because like once Wheeler got out of the game, credit to the Fox broadcasters. I think it was AJ Persinsky. He was like, "Well, you know what? Even though they was helpless against Wheeler, they have new life because now he's not out, and now it's a brand new game." And boom, just like that, the Mets come back.
Hmm. Yeah, in magical fashion, Mets typical Mets fashion this year. How many comebacks we had? 50 something. I don't remember that
Oh,
number.
the graphic that they showed on Saturday, comeback wins.
Yeah, because we got the most in the league. I think it's like 56. I think something like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was our theme all this year, and like I love what other Mets fans have been saying. Like the older Mets fans, they were saying like this team reminds me of the '86 Mets, and like I love hearing that because I was only one when that shit was happening, and like that's good to know. Like we're kind of reliving that time and era, and hopefully that can turn into something good for us, and we could be the 2024 Mets. You know, let's get it going, man. I wasn't even like I said in the last show, I wasn't nervous about the Brewers game, and I wasn't nervous about this one either, and
Serious.
I wasn't nervous about yesterday. Was that series? Like I don't know, there's it's like a calm to me. Like yeah, it gets a little dicey in a couple of innings or whatever, or they lose, but there's still a calm. Like I feel like we got this shit. Like it's in the bag for it's like people keep saying it's like a destiny team type thing, and I kind of feel that way too. But I don't know, man. It feels something feels right here, and I don't care if we lose a game right now. It feels like we are supposed to be going forward and get into that show, get into that big show, man.
I'm gonna have to call fraud alert on when you were saying
Whoa.
that. When you said just now that, oh, I said in the last show, like I wasn't stressed about the Brewer series. In the last episode we did, I said I don't think the team is gonna win the Brewer series, and I think you said the same thing too.
So what the receipt said? What a oh no, actually no, I was worried about the Brewers because the Brewers were kicking our ass before the postseason. I was worried about them. My bad. I was worried about having to face them because I'd rather have faced the Diamondbacks. That's what I was saying. Because we even brought that up in the last episode. So yes, but during the game I wasn't worried. During the game I wasn't worried. I wasn't stressed. It felt right.
Right,
Oh, shut up.
right,
Yeah. So
right.
we going I think the Mets are gonna take game 3 and game 4, and we're gonna close out this Philly series. We're gonna send these boys back down 95, with their tails between their legs. And yeah. And all the Phillies fans can really fucking hate us like they hated us when we were up there in September. Like they hated us then, but now you gonna really fucking hate us in a couple of days. What you
Hmm.
doing over there?
I was
Trying to
messing with
find
my guard.
he's trying to send his bride back to Timu. It's only
Nah,
been 6 days, man. 7 days.
I was trying to mess with the brightness on my monitor.
No, no, fuck that.
Yeah, but speaking of back to Queens, I will be in the building Tuesday. So follow us on We Talk Mets sometimes on Instagram because it's looking like I'm gonna do an IG live before the game. So probably like the first.
No, you gotta show what the atmosphere is like. You gotta walk through the corridors. If you see you gotta do what the Phillies did to us, throw up the middle fingers. Walk through the corridor, like boo, y'all jerseys suck.
All right, I think yeah. You know what? That would be a good idea. Once I scan my ticket to like the front people, fire up IG live. Me walking in the stadium, and then obviously if I have to go to the bathroom, get some. If I have to go to the bathroom, I'm not gonna do an IG live. Then I'm gonna turn
Yo,
that
you
shit
the
on.
food you gotta get a fucking chopped cheese.
Oh
Uh,
hell no! What I'm gonna get since
Now
I
you
don't
you
know.
gotta get all the New York shit. You gotta get all the New York shit. I don't no get no
Oh,
bullshit egg rolls, nigga. Get the chopped cheese.
that chopped cheese was like mediocre.
Oh
Uh,
man.
Yeah, I get where you're going with this, but what I'm gonna get is that burger with the lobster because I've been meaning to try it, and this might be the last game I get to go to because it's not guaranteed that they beat the Phillies. Even though I think
Mm-mm.
they will, it's not guaranteed. And then
Burger with
even if they
lobster sounds
did, go ahead.
gross. I said that burger
Even
with lobster sounds gross as fuck.
yeah, but you don't like seafood, so it's a mute point.
I can't have an opinion. God damn. My First Amendment, nigga.
Yeah, but even with that said, What was I about to say? Oh, sorry. Yeah, even with that said, let's say the Mets do beat the Phillies, unless they're in the World Series, I'm not going to another game at Citi Field. So, and
Yeah,
I can't guarantee that they're gonna be in the World Series.
shit, you can go next year. Get that whack ass burger.
Well, I'm talking about. Well, it might not be in the might not be on the menu because they kind of switch up the menu to a certain extent.
Also, I'm sure they got a real restaurant too. Like a lot of those places have real venues.
Mm.
Spitting facts on his ass. Yeah, that's right. Eat that.
Nah, there's no real restaurant there.
No, I'm saying like the people who have spots in City Field, they usually have a real restaurant outside of City Field.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Like that pizza place, Prince Street Pizza. That's a real place. It's not some shit just for City Field.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. But to be honest, I have a lot of like burger places on like my list, like for Google Maps in New York, and most of them shits I haven't even gone to. So
Hmm.
I might as well just kind of get that out the way.
Okay.
Yeah. But
So what you need to do is hit up your Discord people and see if they're gonna be in the building, so you can shoot the shit with them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Some of them might be there. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to sit with them because I bought my ticket in advance. So,
Yeah, yeah, you
but
shit. Like you probably not gonna be doing a whole bunch of sitting anyway. You're gonna be, walking around looking for food, or if
oh,
somebody
no,
is
nigga,
there. Hmm?
no. If I had, I will probably since it's a playoff game, I'm gonna be in my seat the majority of the time.
Oh, okay. So you just only bullshit on regular season games.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, like, because if we go to a game in like May or something, like I like me sitting in this my seat for the whole time, does it really matter? Because the game, because it's the middle of like May. It's like a game on like May 13th Saturday. Like this game doesn't really matter. It might
May 13th.
matter.
That's my daughter's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Mr. Matt's daughter.
May 13th. All right, go ahead. Spit your shit.
Like when we went to the first game this year, which was Daryl Strawberry's retirement number, uh we wasn't really sitting in the seats. We was bullshitting around because the Mets were bad then. They lost, and hell, Daryl Strawberry said at the retirement, "Hey, you guys are not playing good, but if you guys just continue to believe, you could turn it around." I think he said something like that, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember.
So, but yeah. So, what are your thoughts about? We're gonna touch on like stuff. You know what? Let's touch on what happened in the past 6 days, since we could obviously get to this current game and this game that just happened today and the game on Tuesday. So, what are your thoughts on the Brewers game?
Um, I don't really have any thoughts on the Brewers game. I'm just happy we got that we destroyed their hopes and dreams in that ninth inning. I don't really have any thoughts and feelings on that.
Like I said, I want to shit on you from such a high place. You would think God Himself spit on you.
I ain't say all of that, but I feel that way.
Yeah.
I want that feeling for the Phillies, to be honest. Like I don't hate the Brewers. I just like the Phillies.
Oh, um, well, true, but here's the thing, though. Ideally, even though there's no guarantee that the Mets will win the series, I think they will. But I'm not
There's
gonna sit here and bet my
nothing's
life on it.
guaranteed.
Okay. Oh, I wouldn't even bet. I wouldn't even bet like five. I wouldn't even bet $500 on it. So with the point. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you wouldn't bet $500. You betting $250 going to this game by ordering some seats.
Well, that's different. I'm going for the experience. I'm hoping for a win Fuck the Phillies, respectfully. Yes. You just post that. You just posted that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I'm going for the experience, I'm hoping that they win. So like the $250, it's worth it because nothing's gonna like match that atmosphere. Because I already know like City Field is gonna be like jumping Tuesday.
Hmm. Yeah. But you've
It's
experienced that atmosphere already. You don't need to pay another 250 for that.
it's gonna be different, man. I know it's gonna be better than in 2015.
Oh, you bugging.
It is because that NLCS game we went to. Keep in mind, it was the first game of the series. One, two, it's a 7 game series. So at minimum, the Mets have four chances. Four chances. They're guaranteed four games. This series is a best of five, and the series is tied. Here's another thing: the Phillies are the Mets' rivals.
Yes.
Four, there will be Phillies fans in there. It won't. I don't think it'll be a lot, but there will be Phillies fans a lot. Philly fans in there, so there'll be some tension. And five, name the
I want.
top
I want.
five rappers.
I want. I want. Well, I'm sorry,
Let me
guys. Say it
finish,
again.
nigga. Damn. All right, and five, the Mets weren't expected to be here, and and how they got here was in dramatic fashion. You had the comeback against the Braves. Well, let me start all the way from the top. The Mets, of course, started 0-5. Then they was decent. Then like May they were dreadful. Then like they get hot around June. Then it looked like the season was over at numerous times. Then they win the Braves game. Then against the Brewers, it's looking like the season is over, and Alonso hits that home run. And then lastly, the Mets beat the Phillies, and then now they can act. You're at they can win the series at home, and they wasn't supposed to be there. So it's gonna be electric. It's gonna be more crazier than 2015 NLCS.
Yeah, but the game you're going to go to is going to be a tiebreaker, but it's not going to be the game. Well, you probably thought that they were probably going to be up 2 games in that game that
No,
you're
no,
going
I
to.
didn't think that. I think,
Oh, okay.
and I the reason why I bought Game Three and the reason why I took off Tuesday because I was like, at worst, the Mets get a home game. So I want to be there because I already know it's going to be electric. And my thought process going against Philly is, for the love of God, I just want them to at least win one game in Philly. I would love for 2 games, ideally, obviously, but one game I take it because now I go to Game Three, and if the Mets lose the game, which I hope not, it's not the end of the season.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said there was going to be back to me before I interrupted you. You said that there's going to be some Philly fans there. Like, are the Philly fans that were on social media telling other Philly fans not to sell Mets tickets to Citizens Bank Park? Are they going to be at Citi Field? Are they going to come up 95 and cheer for their team and be assholes like how they said Mets fans were going to be down there?
Uh.
Like
Oh,
is
sorry. Go ahead.
Captain what's his name? Captain Philly? Who did you send me today? Is he going to be at the ballpark?
Oh, the dude on TikTok who's like bitching about
No, the guy on YouTube you sent me today.
Oh, you talking about it was like a Phillies post game and they was mad.
Yeah, I think his name is like Captain
Oh,
Philly. Like
no,
he's
no, it was a random person at the game yesterday. That's what you're talking about, right?
I'm talking about the video you sent me like this morning.
Yeah, it was a random fan at the Phillies game yesterday. Uh
Let's see.
I think I think there's going to be some Philly fans, but keep in mind the game is on a Tuesday. People work that day, and
His name is the Philly Captain. So I'm
okay,
guessing he's well known against other Philly fans.
I don't know about all that. That's probably his name on YouTube. But anyway, back to what I was saying. There's gonna be some Philly fans because going from New York to Philly, it's like a 2 hour drive or 90-minute train ride. But
Hmm.
the game is on a work day. One, two, it starts at like 5 o'clock. So
Today was a work day. Wait, no, today's
oh
Sunday.
yeah,
Okay, all right.
get a job, nigga. You at least if you had a job, if you had a job, you'd know that the
uh,
weekend people could do shit.
yeah, I haven't worked in a while.
Yeah, we can tell.
Nah, say what you're saying.
But since the game is on the workday and it's right after people get out of work, it's not going to be a lot of Philly fans. It will be a lot of Mets fans though, because this is the first
Oh,
home game.
yeah,
Uh,
that's obvious. That's obvious.
well, I think if the Mets were like the Yankees, or and they were expected to be in the playoffs, or they won a lot of rings, it wouldn't be a lot of Mets fans.
Mm, but Yankees fans are dedicated, just like I think Mets fans are dedicated. It's New York.
Uh
It's a big market, and it's gonna be people who are gonna take off of work or leave work early. Like they're gonna get to that game if they're a fucking fan.
okay, let me rephrase it. There will be people in the building, but it won't the energy won't be there. Cause I was watching the Yankee game yesterday. It didn't sound like a playoff game in there. And the Yankees won. It sounded like a regular game in like June or July.
Like we said before, the Yankee Stadium is like a fucking mausoleum. It's like a crypt. Like it always sounds dead in there unless they're winning a fucking ring. Then they beating each other off.
Nah, there's games where the Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium, sounds like electric. Like if
Yeah,
you
if they're
look up
playing,
that
are they doing a fucking Subway series and shit where they see who's the best in the city?
no other games, like if after the show, you could look up Raul Ibanez home run, playoff home
Hmm.
run. That wasn't the World Series. That was like I think that was the American League Division Series. He got pinch he the manager of the Yankees pinch hit him for they pinch hit him and place an A Rod, and the dude hits a home run. I think to tie it up like in the ninth inning. And
Hmm.
the Yankee Stadium crowd was going crazy. And it wasn't the World Series. It wasn't playing against the Red Sox. It wasn't against the Mets. I think they was playing against the Tigers or the Rangers.
Look at this low key Yankees fan right here. Fuck out of here, nigga. Nobody care about them. This nigga got facts on Yankees. Who does that? Ask me a fact about Yankees. I can't help you. I could barely help you with the Mets. But yeah,
uh,
I think people want to take off of work, get their kids or have their kid. Like people care. Like this is we don't get this far all often. Like
yeah, that's
it's it's gonna be packed.
I agree with you. That's why I'm saying like the energy in City Field is going to be electric. Like our like I don't know if we said that. I don't know if I said this in the podcast or you said this. Since I'm going to the game, me and Mr. Matt, we're planning to do a podcast that day after the game, probably like an hour, probably like 2 hours after the game. So if we do the podcast, I don't think my voice is going to be that good because it's going to be a lot of yelling and it's gonna be loud. Like it's going to be louder than 2015 NLCS. I know you
Well,
don't believe me.
my
Go
voice will be fine because I won't be sucking any dicks that night. But
ahead.
but yes, it's gonna be electric. I already know that.
No, no, no. I'm telling. I like in the history of City Field, and the stadium has been around for 15 years now. Other than the World Series games, this is going to be the most loudest it's ever been, and I'm not joking.
Okay.
From the start, now the Mets could like get blown the fuck out, and of course it'll be quiet then. But if the like once the game starts, it's shit. This shit's gonna be jumping, and let the Mets take an early lead or take a lead and somebody hits a bomb home run, it's gonna go crazy. And another thing, I'll say this: Pete Alonso, yeah, I think his full name is Peter. He's gonna get a standing ovation the first time he walks up to the plate.
Okay.
You doubting that,
Okay.
but like
I'm
you
not
don't think
doubting.
you
I'm listening, nigga. Like I'm letting you
should?
spit your shit. Like
uh,
this isn't the final game at City Field. There's gonna be another
I,
one right after it.
I understand that, but this is
The return to home. Yes, in the postseason.
yeah. You watched the game. You watched the last Mets home game in the regular season, right? No, you didn't because it was on
Uh,
ESPN and
yeah,
you wasn't able to
the
watch it.
last home game.
Yeah, against the Phillies and Diaz had a 6 out save. No, you didn't watch that game, so never mind.
I probably did.
No, it
If
was
it
on.
was
Uh,
if it's a regular game, wait, it's against the Phillies. Yeah, if it's a
it
regular
was on
game, then I could
ESPN.
watch it.
It was on ESPN.
Oh, if it's on ESPN, I can't watch it.
Yeah, but in that building, you can look up highlights. That bitch was jumping. Like uh when Nemo hit the home run to make it 2-1, that shit was jumping. And they had when Diaz came out to close the game, he had a 6 out save. It was electric when people were doing like the horns and all that shit. Yo, if if the Mets are up and Diaz comes out, hopefully it's dark then because the game starts at 5 o'clock and it gets dark now like what 7 o'clock now.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's dark and the Mets are up, and let's just say the top of the ninth, Diaz comes out. It's dark, and then you know how they start having the lights and shit.
Hmm.
Yo, it's gonna be crazy. And
Yeah.
hopefully, another thing, I know I said hopefully like 5,000 times. I'll say it one more time. Hopefully, the Mets hit a home run late in the game at the nighttime, and there's a pitcher change. So people like national TV viewers or people who don't really watch Mets games, they can hear the that shit.
Okay. Hopefully, this ain't the last. This ain't the last time we're playing at City Field this year.
Well,
I
no, no,
predict there's a
no,
world.
not to cut you off. Sorry, not to cut you off.
There's gonna be
You're
a World Series. Fuck you.
guaranteed. No, you're guaranteed these two games because the series is tied at 1-1.
Yeah, I'm saying like this is not the last time at City Field. We're gonna come back for the World Series.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting it out there. Good vibes, nigga.
Uh,
All this fucking hopefully. It ain't no hope, nigga. It's only truths and reality up in here. The Mets are destined. We are destined. Put that on my body, nigga.
mm. Oh,
Stop looking at other sports. Fuck other sports. We talk about the Mets. I don't care about your New York Liberty team. Take your little $25 off of FanDuel. Put that back in your pocket.
Speaking of FanDuel, you seen the highlight of Otani home run?
Oh, I did see that. Yeah,
Yeah, yo, it was turned up there. He was turned up there too. He was turned up too. I think that nigga threw the bat. He was talking mad shit.
yeah. Hey, man, it's the postseason, man. Like, you got every right to like enjoy that shit and revel in it. Like, you don't always get to the postseason. When you do, like even fucking who is showing their ass? I think yeah, Vientos after he hit his home run to tie it back up or take the lead. I forgot what it was, but when they
Oh,
had the mics
yeah.
on him going back to the dugout, he was like, "Yeah, yeah." Yo, he was fucking fired up. I like seeing people excited and like fucking Bryce Harper and all of them. They look all sad. Bryce Harper always looks fucking constipated to me. Like he's upset that he can't take a shit. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Bryce Harper, that home run he hit, god damn, that shit was a bomb. That shit was
Yeah,
dead center too.
yeah, that was definitely a bomb. And then
Yeah, he hit
Castellanos right after that shit.
Yeah, back to back. Like when Bryce Harper, when he swings, it looks like he's trying to like he's trying to like beat the baseball, like literally, because he be
Hmm.
swinging violent as hell. Him and Otani.
Yeah. I guess so, but yeah, I
Uh,
don't know, man. Like when you see Pete, he don't look like he's trying to be extra violent with it, except for when he really wants a home run or something's up in the zone. Like he looks like he's really fishing for it. But
yeah,
everything else just seems like natural. Like I like Lindor's home run swing. It's just so fluid. And like
yeah.
when
It's
it
not
crack,
like he goes like, and then it's
yeah,
like,
it's like a momentum he has with this, when he swings with his body pause. But like it's a beautiful fucking swing.
mm,
But yeah,
so.
hopefully,
I got hella sidetracked. We did too. We were supposed to talk about what happened in the past 6 days, and we touched on this past game today. But anyway, about the Brewers game, like that home run was crazy. Oh, we talked about that. Yeah.
yes.
Uh, what was your thought process watching Game One against the Phillies?
My thought process, like I just
Yeah.
wanted them to play the same ball, the ball games that they've been playing since, and like stick to the script. Like what I liked is they were playing small ball. Like I keep saying, I want small ball to be taking place. There was this getting on base. Load them up, spin them around, get on base. In this game today, it was mostly, you know, excuse me, home runs. But yeah, small ball, limit the errors. Vientos is getting a little wild over there, throwing errant balls. But yes, the small ball. I love small ball games. Hitting home runs all day is fun too. But I like that getting on base and wearing Pete Wheeler down and Zack Wheeler down. He had like 100 and something pitches in the seventh inning. That's why he got taken out. We were wearing him down, getting on base, swinging, fouling things off, staying in the batter's box, wearing him down and making him walk us 4 times. Like that's the kind of baseball I want to see play. And then we put the hurting on them when Wheeler had to come out, and then their all star relievers got smoked. You know what I mean? Like I like small ball. Home runs are cool, but small ball is where it's at.
Yeah. Uh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, and then the crazy thing about like game one is that of course sh- uh who's the dude on the who used to be on the Cubs and now he's on the Phillies? I forgot the name. He leads off for them. Kyle Schwarber. He hit the home run to start the game for the Phillies. Well, once they got out to plate, and before you knew it, it was like 2-0.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it was a 2-run home run. But the Mets, they waited till like the last minute, of course, and they was able
It
to
was a
tie.
it
Go
was
ahead.
a 1 run homer.
Oh, okay, sorry, 1 run. Thank you. The Mets tie it up, and the way they was doing, like you said, it wasn't home runs. It was this little like hits, a walk here, going to first to third, little shit like that. And when I after the game, I was like, "Yo, the Mets are winning by doing this offense, and this is not their offense." Just imagine when they start hitting home runs. And sure enough, now we're going to game two. They did that tonight or this afternoon.
Yeah, but I don't need the long bombs, man. It's fun and it's exciting, but like when you're just swinging for the fences, you're not always gonna get a fucking home run. Like the Phillies was doing that shit, and we kept killing them at the fucking um the dirt. What's that? I keep forgetting the name of the dirt in the outfield on the track. We kept bringing the ball
Warning
back in
track.
because yeah, the warning track. Like that's all they were trying to do was hit home runs. They eventually got their home runs, but you can't live on the fucking home run ball. Like you have to play real baseball, which is small ball. Home runs is for power hitting. If you ain't got the power, don't do that shit. Like we not in the steroid era anymore. Like we shouldn't be aiming to just get home runs. We have to get on base, get people over, we're out the starting pitcher and just keep doing that.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that yes, like that's good to do, but my takeaway was once I saw that they was winning without hitting home runs, I was saying, "Yo, just imagine when they do start hitting home runs." Because once they start hitting home runs, this offense can be deadly. And yeah, fuck the Phillies, respectfully, most indeed. And we seen that, and we seen this today because there was like what 3 home runs, and they haven't there was 3 home runs, but it wasn't just they won because of home runs, but they scored a bunch of they scored a bunch of runs because of home runs because people got on base initially, and there was home runs with men on base because hitting
Yeah.
a home run. Go ahead.
No, no, you saying it.
Yeah, because hitting a home run, let's say a home run, and it's a 1 run home run. That's
That's
big
a
in the playoff.
Yeah, that's what we were doing today. Pete, Vientos the first time up.
Nah, Vientos hit a 2 run home run. A
Oh,
two
okay.
run home run is a 2 run, or especially a 3 run or 4 or a grand slam is a lot different from a 1 run home run.
Hmm.
Because let's just say
A Nemo. Did Nemo hit with somebody on base? I think he hit a solo. Yeah,
uh
Nemo hit a solo.
yeah, but Vientos he hit. I think he hit with men on base
Okay, all right.
both times.
Sc-
Both times. Yeah, yeah, because we was the Mets were down 4-6, and he hits a home run, or yeah, something like that, and late, and the Mets got the lead. Yeah, 4-6. They was down 4-6. So that's my takeaway. Like if they can get they can get like base hits and walks, it's gonna be even more deadly when a guy like Pete Alonso starts hitting for power. Because
Shit.
Pete Alonso, go ahead.
When or him just going the other way and getting a fucking double out of that shit, and then that's a base clearing double instead of a grand slam. Now you got fucking 3 runs instead of 4, or you got 2 runs because somebody's still on third or whatever. Like I just like small ball, to be honest.
Yeah. I think the reason why I like home like people like home runs because it's fun to see it, and also it's
Oh yeah,
dramatic.
yeah, for
Because
sure.
like especially you hit a home run, and your team is down, and they've been down for a while, and you hit a home run to either tie or take the lead, like people are losing their shit. Like I'm sure
Hmm.
in Citizens Bank Park, when Bryce Herbert hit that home run to make it a 1 run game, they was going crazy.
Yeah. Shit, they were fucking going crazy if somebody just got on base. That's how desperate they were. Like,
Mm.
that's when my wife realized, like, yo, are the announcers Phillies fans? Because they were like cheering so hard when they were like yelling at the calls for the Phillies and like the Mets when I think when I forgot who hit a home run. It was like, oh, he hit a home run. So back to this stat, you know what I mean? Like,
I think the reason why is because at that point, I'm guessing you're referencing the Nemo home run to make it 3-0. No, the Alonso home run to make it 3-0 was because at that point, if it's 3-0 and it's a playoff game and the starting pitcher is doing well, even though it's not over, the game feels over. So
yeah,
it's not that like energizing. Whereas if now the game is tied, like, oh, that shit's energized. And to be fair to Fox, who was doing the game, Joe Davis, who's like the play by play for Fox, he did sound excited when Vientos hit that home run to tie it. You think so or
yeah.
no?
I feel like they were more juiced up about the Phillies actually doing stuff because the whole fucking game was like, when are these guys gonna hit? When are these guys gonna hit? Like, fuck them. Who cares about them when they go and hit? Like, we said this already. Like, yeah, they're supposed to hit. That's baseball. Like, but when we do something, like it's like they just glazed over that shit. I don't know. That's how I felt like.
Actually, sorry, I don't think it was Joe Davis on the call for today. It was AJ Przinsky, Adam Wainwright, and somebody else.
Yeah, I was gonna screenshot them and like look them up later, but I didn't do that. I didn't really care that much.
Yeah, it's Adam Amin. I think he used to be at ESPN. I don't know who that is. I mean, I think he is. He sounded like, yeah, he used to work at ESPN. So Mr. Adam, he sounded pretty energized. And speaking of which, if the Mets, speaking of Fox, if the Mets do go to the World Series, that dude Joe Davis, who does the national games for Fox, he's excited all throughout the game. Like he goes crazy. Like if you watch highlights of like some of the Phillies home runs from when they went to the World Series, or uh the Jordan Alvarez home run from the 2022 World Series, like that dude, it goes fucking crazy on calls.
Okay.
So
I'm just partial to Gary, Keith, and Ron. But if you're gonna have a game that's on a bipartisan platform where either the announcers aren't favored for one team or another, it's like give the same energy you're giving everybody else. You know what I mean? That's just me.
yeah. Um I hear how you feel. What's to say? But well, yeah, like it would be great to have like Gary, Keith, and Ron, but it is what it is, and
Yeah, it don't make or break the game. Just sitting there as a fan of the Mets is like, man, fuck you guys, man. That's just how I felt. And
so
let's talk about these umps. The umps yesterday were
oh
fucking
yes,
atrocious.
oh
What the
yeah,
fuck were those calls for the Phillies and for the Mets? Like he was missing calls. Like his strike one was so wide, and then it would get too tight. Yo, that guy was garbage. I don't remember that guy's name. I might look him up again, but he was absolute trash.
yeah,
That's why
yeah.
we. That's why we were also swinging and missing so much because we didn't know where the strike zone is because it kept fucking changing. Like first it was a strike, now it's a ball. Now people got to swing um 0-1, and now they're down 0-2 because we don't know where the strike zone is because this asshole behind the plate's not consistent. Yeah, that made me more in favor of what they were talking about having robotic umpires. Like that was the first time I was like, yeah, we need that shit if you're gonna be calling games like this.
Yeah, I hear you. And it's yeah, and I'm glad you pointed out that it sucked for both the Mets and the Phillies because there's like missed calls for both of the
Yes,
teams.
absolutely.
Yeah. Now as far as for game three, already kind of talked about like my views on how it's gonna be. What are your views going into the first home game
I want
at City Field?
Man, I just want them to play like I said, I want them to play the same game, like the same gameplay they've been doing thus far. Whether that's coming back and winning it in late innings, like do that, or beat them so badly in the beginning, and the pitching has to stay consistent and close these guys out. You don't give these guys room to breathe because if you give them we get like a 1 or 2 run lead and then now they hit 2 home runs back to back and now it's so close again. Like I like cushions. Like I even called the score on this Facebook group I was on, the DC Mets. Like I think I said in the seventh inning, I said, okay, Metsies, we need 6 or more runs, and that's exactly what happened. I think we got like 6 runs, and we won the game. Like the people were like, oh shit, you called it. Like yeah, like that's what we need. We need big cushions because you can't give the Phillies too much wiggle room. You can't get these motherfuckers hope. You know what I mean? Like when we were up 3-0 on them, like that's a nice little cushion. But we need to be up 4 or 5 runs if we're gonna be comfortable against the Phillies because they can come back like that. Like it's too damn close. I'm very
Eh,
uncomfortable with close scores. Even when we went to Philly, I think we were up or tied or whatever the fuck.
It's
I was
like
like, yo,
1-1, I think.
Yeah,
or
I'm like,
two
yo,
one or 2-2.
yeah, I'm like, we need another run. We need more runs. Like this isn't good enough.
Actually, sorry, it was 1-0. Tyrone Taylor hit that home run, and yeah, and you sitting next to me, he was like, "Yeah, that's good." And of course, we was excited, but the Mets need more runs. And
Yeah,
sure enough, they lost by like one run. I think it was like 2-1 off a walk off.
I'm never super comfortable with the Phillies in their own stadium with all their big bats, playing, and I don't know, man. Like can't let these motherfuckers get too comfortable.
Yeah, and one quick thing about the Phillies, I will say one thing: their crowd is crazy. I'll give them that. Like uh during playoff games over these last couple of years, since Bryce Harper has got there, like when you watch their games on TV when they're in the playoffs, like it's electric. They go fucking nuts.
Yeah,
It's
and I like when we shut them the fuck up today too. Those couple of first innings, but they came back and they were screaming again. I can imagine what the Mets fans were dealing with as they left the game.
oh, speaking of Philly fans, I was watching a like a live reaction of this guy who does sports radio in New York. His name is Evan
Hmm.
Roberts. To make a long story short, he's a Mets fan. He drove him, his wife, his two kids, and his dad. They drove up to the game today, and he
Hmm.
did a live reaction while he's in the car after they lost. And anyway, his son was saying they curse a lot, and some I think they gave him and his family like double middle fingers.
Bro, they fucking suck, man. I swear to
it
God.
wasn't it wasn't it wasn't it wasn't people who like selling beer like what happened to us, and you snitched
Yeah,
on them, by the way.
it's like a regular fan. Like, yeah, like they trash.
Yeah. So that I found that pretty interesting.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, like game three is gonna be electric. Can't wait to be there. Hopefully, we do a podcast right after. I know my voice is gonna be shot, but I'm looking forward to talking with you, and also we talking to you guys Tuesday. Hopefully, it's a win. I'm saying hopefully again, and hopefully we'll
Hey,
be on
there
here
you go.
Tuesday.
There it is. Another one.
Yeah,
Another
somebody
one.
should make a drinking game every time I say hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. So are we wrapping this?
Yes.
Mr. Met, this is,
JB.
and thank you for watching another beautiful episode of the We Talk Mets podcast. Let's go, Mets. Let's get this win Tuesday, Wednesday, close out the Phillies. Let's go. What you got to say?
That's about it. If looking forward to being in the building Tuesday. And Yuki, if you're watching this, say what's up. Or if you happen to watch the show and you see me, say what's up. So
What's up?
talk about
All
if you
right.
see me on Tuesday.
Oh, all right. Well, we love you guys. Have a good night. Let's go, Mets.